Hey yo, it's Lano and welcome back to another episode of Solely Survival. In last episode, we went way out in this direction over here, back towards spawn, and we made this nice little spawn house with some fields over here, which you can't see behind the trees. And then I expanded the coarse dirt path all the way over here to where the bridge is going to go. And then that was about when I got bored and decided, well, I think it's time to go ahead and start recording. So I came over here and I've done a little bit of work. So first and foremost, I did some off-camera mining, not very much. Admittedly, I am still in 1.20.1. I haven't even updated to like 1.20.4 or any of the other changes that will kind of make the diamond distribution easier. So I did go down there and I did some mining. I spent like an hour down there and only got like 14 diamonds, so not thrilled about that. And then just a few moments ago, I actually initially started recording and I went down there and got obsidian. And I made this nether portal, which is only temporary. I cannot stress that enough. This portal is only temporary. It's not staying here. I just wanted quick access point for the time being. So the goal of this episode is to go to the nether and then get some soul sand. Not only will we be getting soul sand, but we'll kind of do a little bit of exploration. And then from there, we plan on coming back and setting up the skelly spawner. I want to make a farm out of that thing because I'm going to need bone meal going forward. And then I'm also going to need experience going forward because I want to get enchantments soon. Not sure how soon, but I do want to get it done. So I'm going to go ahead and head in here. You can see I've actually gone ahead and walked in, but I've not actually explored it. That's kind of whenever I discovered that my microphone was not picking up anything that I was putting down. So that's just great. Yeah, we're going to head in here and we're going to see what this nether actually holds for us. Again, I did not stay in here very long. And, okay. So we've got a basalt delta right there, which is cool. I probably should have wore gold before coming in here. Whoops, I did not think that through. Yep, so there's basalt delta over there. I seen soul sand right down there, which is going to be great. And I've got no idea what all else we've got around here. I'm going back for gold. I am terrified. Alright, gold helmet is acquired now, and now we can go ahead and start exploring this a little bit. I typically don't like playing with Fulbright, or at least not anymore, but for the sake of everybody being able to see, I probably should turn it on. So that is going to be on throughout this excursion. Oh wait, way off over there, there is a warped forest. I really want to go over there. So that's going to be where we start, and what are you guys doing? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna leave them alone. And I'm gonna try to safely get over here. Again, I'm very terrified of the nether, especially considering I did not set up the way I wanted to before leaving spawn, but that's okay. But while I am here, I did go ahead and bring in some extra cobblestone, extra torches, extra food, just in case I need to find my way back. I also killed a ghast a second ago. So that's why that was there, but yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and start laying down some of these compasses now, because we are gonna end up needing it, and I probably should have looked at these coordinates. Alright, coordinates jotted down, we can go on ahead and start exploring. I don't really need much. Again, I came in here for soul sand. There is a bastion right there. Do we do it? Oh no. Kind of nervous. Okay, you know what? Let's explore first, and then we'll come back to that bastion. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the soul sand that was down here too. But yeah, I don't know what to expect. We're gonna see what happens, and hopefully I don't die in here. That's really the worry right now. Okay, soul sand has been acquired, and I decided to run off towards this direction of the bastion, which I probably should not have done. But we are here anyway, and oh, if I can navigate this place properly, I at least want to take a look around it and see what I'm getting myself into before I make a decision on whether or not I'm going in there right now. I probably shouldn't because I'm not set up, but, you know, in the name of content, it's probably a good idea. And there's also this area over here, the Crimson Forest. That is going to be really nice. I really like having all of these different biomes that I'm going to need early game all around here. This is honestly an amazing area to be. And let's see what this bastion has for us. Okay, so judging by the structure of this thing and how it's just one giant cube of a bastion, this tells me that there's probably a netherite upgrade template in here, and we are not ready for that for sure. And I really just don't think I should be messing with those piglin brutes right now, so I'm gonna head off in the opposite direction. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna get some of the crimson stuff, and then we'll turn around and go get some warp stuff and just kind of do a little bit more exploring and see what's what. I got over here to the crimson forest, and there's another warped forest right beside it, which is great, but way off over there, there's already another bastion. That is very terrifying for early game. I was hoping for maybe a fortress or something, which would be kind of ideal, but yeah, I mean, 2 bastions, that's kind of cool, just not something I want to worry with right now. So yeah, that's nice. Okay, so I wandered around for a little bit. I really didn't see anything too interesting, so instead I think it's time to go ahead and just head back into the overworld, and we can go ahead and start digging out that skelly spawner and start making a farm out of it. Again, I've got an idea for what I want to do with it, but I just mainly need it done because, well, quite frankly, I'm going to need bone meal. I'm kind of tired of needing it and not having it, and I just don't have a bunch of stuff to bone meal down, really, unless I want to take down all of the crops that I've worked so hard to put up for decoration. Not really about that. So, yeah, I'm thinking I'm just going to go ahead and start kind of storing away some of the junk that I picked up, and then I'm going to head down there to the skelly spawner, and I'm going to start digging that room out. Alright, so I am back down here, down in the mines, which leads directly over to the skelly spawner. So if you go down the staircase right here, and then hit a right, and walk all the way over here, and you'll see the skelly spawner. So what I am thinking, though, is I don't want the entrance to be around here. I actually want the entrance to probably just branch off directly from here. I'm probably going to make a tunnel this way, and then I'm going to have the skeletons flow off in this direction over here, and then get taken up a water vader, and then get pushed over in that direction, and then drop however many blocks they're supposed to without dying, so this way I can kill them for the XP. And that should, in theory, work. I shouldn't have any issues with it. And at some point, I do still want to link up the storage room with this, just to make it easier for me to get in and out of here. So I'm not going to worry about that today. I'll probably just do that later on, maybe on a stream or something. We'll see what happens. But for now, I just think it's time to go ahead and start getting a little hallway mined out this way, and then start getting this whole area prepped and ready to go. And yeah, so I don't really have a color palette in mind for any of this or anything. I'm gonna try to figure something out in the meantime while I'm digging this out. Maybe I'll feel inspired, and we'll see what happens. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get to mining. Alright, so I have dug out a large portion of this area now, and by a large portion I mean a small portion. It's taking forever to dig through all of this without efficiency, but what I've done is I've gone ahead and made a tunnel, and then I mistakenly put it up a few levels, thinking that the skelly spawner we would be matching the level of this, and that's not the case. At least I don't think so. I'm not entirely sure just yet, and I think I made this uneven. I did make this uneven. I need to fix the wall then. Okay, so as you can see here, I have started this room here, and basically what's going to happen is, aside from that glitching up there, they are gonna fall when they spawn into this water here, and then it's gonna drag them all the way over here to where they're gonna be sent up with that soul sand, and then they are gonna be sent over to a killing chamber, which is gonna be somewhere in here. I'm gonna have to remove out pretty much a lot of this deep slate around here and get this whole room set up for decorating and whatnot. And then literally right up here, there's a cave, which I've gone in and I've lit up quite a bit of it. And yeah, even down here you can still hear some more zombies in like a further back cave in this area. I'm not really going to worry too much about that. Honestly, with this being a spawner like it is, it shouldn't affect the rates at all, so I'm not too messed up about it. It's just annoying being down here listening to zombies and stuff. But yeah, so this whole area here is walled off now, except for this area where the skeletons are going to be sent upwards, which is actually kind of a good thing because this gives me a lot of room to work with. But this whole area is going to end up being blocked off anyway. But yeah, so I've got to fix the floor, I've got to fix the wall and everything. And you can see that I didn't go too crazy over the decorating in here. I did line it with, what is this? The chiseled deep slate and then the tiles, and I actually kind of like this. I've never used the chiseled stuff before, or if I have, it's not been in very large quantities. So I'm quite happy with that. And again, this isn't going to be like the most decorated room in the world, but this is going to, be somewhat decorated. The goal is to be able to see in here, but the light not be able to affect what's going on in here. So I'm going to need to go and get some amethyst shards to make the tinted glass and stuff, but that's something that I can work on later. I want to go ahead and get the entire room put together and everything decorated for the time being, and then fix this uneven mess over here, and then we should be set. Yeah, this should be 7, and I made it 8 blocks wide. Whoops. Anyway, that's pretty much how much progress I have made so far, and I'm just going to go ahead and keep carrying on. Alright, so I have dug out the walls, and I have made this even again, because that was really bothering me. And I've gone ahead and started getting some of the storage put in, and some of the layout of the room itself put in. I haven't even made the killing chamber for them just yet. That's probably going to be the next step before I actually decorate any of this. But what I'm thinking is I'm going to do storage right here along this wall, probably like I did in last season, and have a bed right behind here, just so this way I can sleep before I go back up to the surface. And then the killing chamber is probably going to be along this wall here, and then probably just throw something here on this wall here just to, I guess, decorate it a little bit or something. And who knows, maybe at some point I will expand this area into like an item sorter or something for the items that get dropped by the skeletons, because, well, last season I got a little annoyed having to manually sort everything, and if you've watched this channel for a while now, you know I very much so enjoy overcomplicating everything, so it's kind of the thought process for now. So I've got a little bit of an idea for what I want to do here in the room, and I need to get the blocks together so I can kind of show you the palette. And there's that cave I was talking about. I'm just going to patch that up real quick. But, yeah. So that's pretty much what I'm thinking, and don't really know what else. I'm going to grab some blocks so I can show you guys the color palette here in a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and start getting some more of this room put together and probably the killing chamber sorted. Killing chamber is the most important part because we need to get this up and running as soon as we can, and then afterwards I can worry about decorating. The decorating can come whenever, but the functionality of this I think is a little more important right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that. Alright, so I've done some more digging and some more planning and everything. I've even got a color palette picked out, which we'll go over that here in a second. But for now, the important part is that this thing is actually working, as you can see there. So these skeletons, they spawn, they will fall down into this chamber here. And then once they fall down there, they will go up that water tube right here. And then once they get up there, they will start falling down this thing here. And this is basically where you would kill them. And they are not quite one shot, they're about 2 shot, which honestly is perfectly fine once we get sharpness put on the sword. This is not really going to be an issue anyway, so I'm not really messed up about that. But yeah, so we've got quite a bit of this stuff done and figured out around here, and I'm actually quite happy with all of the progress that's been made. And over here I've got this color palette picked out. What I'm thinking is I'm going to use a deep slate and some of the chiseled deep slate like I used around in there. And then for some of the trim around the room, I'm planning on using the spruce. And then I'm thinking for the floor, I'm going to try using the mangrove. And then for the ceiling, I'm going to use the dark oak. And then I might actually reverse those. I might do it the other way around and do the dark oak down here and then the mangrove up there. We'll see what happens. Not really sure. I'm just kind of winging it, and we're gonna go with it. So the plan is back here we're gonna have a little bit of a sleeping chamber, and then over here we've got the killing chamber, and then we can kind of decorate this wall whenever we need to. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with it just yet, but we'll figure something out for that. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've got right now. I'm going to go ahead and start getting some of the decorations put in place, and I also need to go get some amethyst to make the tinted glass for this. But once I get that figured out, we should be squared away, and yeah, I will see you guys here in a bit. Alright, so just a little while later, and I think I'm finally done in there for now. So when you go down the staircase down to the mines, you can turn right here, and then there's this entryway right here, and this whole area is not really going to be too decorated. I actually think leaving this pretty bare is kind of cool. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to remove all of this at some point. And then right through this door here, you've got the interior of the Skelly farm. So basically what I did was, well, exactly what I told you I was going to do. I basically did the chisel deep slate down there, and then used it around the top layer of, well, everywhere else. And then I made this little lava pit right here, just so whenever we are getting things like the gold chest plates and stuff that I'm never going to use, I can just throw them in here and it's not backing up all the storage. So what I'm thinking is, as I am taking out these skellies, they're going to drop bows and stuff occasionally. And what I can do is I can combine them, and then I can put them in barrels back here. And then same for all of the arrows and the extra bones and stuff like that. I could just kind of have them stored here and not cluttering up space back at the house, which is kind of cool. So like I said, I left this area here exposed so you can see in there. Not very much, but you can. And then they fall down there, and then they go over here, and then this is where you take care of them. And basically you can sit here and farm levels and all of, you know, everything else that you need. And then back here is going to be where the bedroom is, and I completely forgot that I was doing that until right now. So yeah, I'm going to get that finished up here in a minute. But I also left this wall back here very bland, and this is because once I get some stuff for an enchantment table, I want to put one right back in here, just so as I'm farming levels I don't have to run all the way back up to the surface, and I can just kind of use it that way. Though I do plan on having one on the surface as well. The enchantment tables will probably take up an episode of their own. I'm not sure if that's going to be next episode or the episode after, but I will figure that out. So this wall here is not going to stay bland forever, and I just need to get in here and create this little bedroom, so I will see you guys when I'm done with that. Okay, wait, you know what? I said I was going to turn this into a bedroom, and I actually have a different idea. So I completely forgot that I have full intent on linking this area up with the starter house to make it easier to get up and down. So what I'm thinking is, up here, I'm going to extend out this wall of the storage room at some point. If I could get free cam to work, there we go. So we're going to extend this wall out just a little bit, and then we are going to make a little drop chute that leads down here to the area. And basically I'm going to make a little hallway that leads up to this door so you can enter or exit from either angle, whatever is more convenient at that time. So I think that's going to be what we do. But that is going to take an awful lot of work and time and stuff, and I don't have that right now. So I think I'm going to put that off for just a little bit later, at least until after we get some enchants, because I don't want to do any more digging without efficiency and unbreaking. I've already gone through 2 diamond picks and 3 more iron picks just doing all of this, and frankly, I'm tired of that. I'm so sick of it. So next episode, I think we're going to worry about the enchantment table and stuff, and then at some point we'll come back down here and we will add this in. But for now, I think that just about is it. I don't really think there's anything else that I want to get done in today's episode, so I think that's going to be where we wrap this thing up. As always, if you've enjoyed this episode, please be sure to show your support by liking the video, commenting down below, subscribing, and all that jazz. Again, you know the drill. You know how it works here. My name is Lane, and I will catch you guys in the next one.